committee must fill out a registration slip, which can be found outside either of the doors. You could return them here at the desk. Planning and Zoning Committee to order. This meeting will begin with a public hearing. Anyone other than the applicant or their representative wishing to speak must register and submit the registration slip to the zoning administrator. Following the hearing, we will conduct our monthly business meeting, at which time we'll vote on those applications. You may stay and hear how the applications are decided, or you may leave following the hearing. The applicant and town board will be sent a copy of tonight's decisions, and any other person wishing to receive a copy of a decision can sign the sheet at the table at the front of the room. Those of you wishing immediate knowledge of the outcome of these proceedings may call the county zoning office tomorrow morning. The procedure we will follow for hearing each application is this. After each application is read, the applicant, their agent, or representative will be asked to present their application, followed by any questions or comments from the committee. Then all correspondence will be read. Then those in favor will have a chance to speak. Anyone objecting will have a chance to speak. I'll then ask for a summary of the committee's field observations and any staff comments. Finally, the applicant will be allowed a chance for a short rebuttal if they wish. Anyone wishing to speak, please use the microphone, state your name, and direct your comments to the committee. I ask that all testimony be kept brief, no more than 5 minutes and to the point. If you are testifying as a nearby landowner, please tell us where your property is relative to the subject property. Tonight's hearing will be recorded and the recording will become part of the record. Comments that are based on hearsay or secondhand information, as well as slanderous or prejudicial remarks, will be ruled out of order. The committee has looked at all the properties and the record will reflect these observations. Any person affected by an administrative decision of this committee has 10 days from the filing of tonight's decision to make an appeal to circuit court. The county assumes no liability and makes no warranty as to the legality of any construction commenced prior to the expiration of this 10-day period. I'll now introduce the committee. John Van Ameegeren, Patrick King, Robert Wadle, Bart Peterson, Todd Waller, the zoning administrator, Becky Hubach, acting as secretary, and I'm David Bossard. All right. First, on our public hearing, we have Spencer Parluski of Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, has made an application for a conditional use in accordance with section 58-236, paragraph 10, and 58-454, paragraph 31 of the Waushara County zoning code to place a used two-bedroom single-family dwelling on a full basement, concrete foundation on an internal shoreland property in an AG general agricultural zone in the town of Mount Morris. The location is a 2.5 acre parcel of land that is part of the northwest quarter of the northeast quarter, Lot 1, CSM 1725 in Section 2, Township 19 North, Range 11 East, Town of Mount Morris, N 4811 Pepler Lane. Is the applicant present?
Present.
Come on up. Just give us a summary of what you're planning on doing there.
Good evening, everybody. Spencer Parluski. Again, yes, my property is N 4811 Pepler Lane. Currently on the property is a 12 by 60 1979 mobile home, of which has seen better days. The relative neighboring property, not the properties are not adjoined. They do not share a property line, but 400 feet away is it's an 1172 square foot, as you stated, two-bedroom home in far superior condition than my current dwelling, and looking to move that building onto my property. As you said, looking at a full basement. There'll be new and updated septic system, improvements overall, both in the quality and appearance of property.
All right, thank you. Do you know where your property lines are?
Yes.
They were marked out.
Yep, everything has been marked up. When we purchased, did have a survey which validating where the current all markings currently are established. I had previously talked to might have been Becky. I don't remember who. I think she actually steered me to somebody else in a different department verifying setbacks. So we've established that.
That's the only question I have. Do any of the other committee members have any questions? All right, you can have a seat and then we'll go through some stuff. And if you need to do a rebuttal, we'll give you an opportunity for that after we go through this.
Thank you.
Any correspondence?
We haven't received any correspondence and we have nobody registered to speak in favor or objecting or even for informational.
All right, then staff comments.
Okay, everyone should have a copy of the staff report before you, the final copy. As we saw it on the property, that the applicant is seeking to relocate a nearby existing shoreland cottage onto the lot and place it in almost the exact location of the mobile home. Property, as stated, is currently occupied by an old mobile home dating back to 1979. The only record that the county has on this property belongs to the original sanitary system, which dates back to 1970, which is still in use today. Planning and Zoning Committee visited the property as part of their regular on-sites on Wednesday, and were generally supportive of the conditional use request. The committee was in awe of the condition of the used home and felt that the relocation and improvements planned for the Parluski house was a vast upgrade to the existing conditions. Staff has reviewed this request and has always been very supportive of the adaptive reuse of structures as long as they're either brought back to or maintained to a like new condition. Based upon the photos, the flyers, and what we actually saw on site, the home is in acceptable condition and should not negatively impact adjacent property values. In fact, said used home will actually be quite an upgrade versus what, as I've stated, the existing conditions. Committee is, while the committee will be making a recommendation on the request later in the evening, staff's recommending approval of the conditional use subject to the conditions listed. I would like to just kind of reemphasize one of the conditions that was put in there as part of the onsite. There was a storage container located on the property, which we've talked to the applicant about. And what we're just asking is that by August 1st, the applicant shall submit a separate land use permit to install a roof and reclad the existing storage container that was noted on the property in accordance with our new policy.
All right, that's it. You feel that you need to rebut anything?
Not particularly. Is there August 1st this year?
Correct. And all we're asking is that you just make a land use permit submittal. You'll have 1 year in which to complete the improvements.
Perfect.
So, and we'll talk. Yeah,
Yep.
we
I
talked.
just wanted to verify, complexity or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or completion, so.
Something that
No
can be
issues.
drawn up by yourself and, it's more or less just making sure we submit, get you on record that you've submitted, and then that way we kind of just follow it.
Perfect, thank you.
All right, then next on the agenda is a conditional use permit for Frank Kronkowski of Watoma, Wisconsin, who's made an application for a conditional use in accordance with section 58-454, paragraph 28 of the Washington County zoning code to construct a 1 1/2 story addition onto an existing single-family dwelling to create a 2-family dwelling to be used as a mother-in-law suite in the AG5 General Agricultural 5-acre zone in the town of Deerfield. Location is an approximate 6.5 acre parcel of land known as Lot 6 of CSM 3648, located in Section 13, Township 19 North, Range 9 East, Town of Deerfield, W9829 Bighorn Drive. Is the applicant present? And if you come on up and just give us a brief synopsis of what you're doing there.
You need my name too?
We've got your name.
I'm doing an addition on an existing house, and then it kind of looks like an addition on that for my mother. This way I have a real living room instead of the little spot I have now. But plus I'll have a lot more storage space. Some of the things I didn't answer yesterday was this will still be one electric meter. You know, even though there's 2 entrances, it looks like 2 separate places. It's still 1 meter, 1 furnace on my property. We'll do both. The water and electric will still come through. It's still the same well, and it's still the existing septic tank. In fact, today the builder showed up with someone. We were looking at exactly how far it's going to be to tap into that septic system. In other words, I don't know what else.
That's,
What else to add? That's good enough.
I don't have any questions after being on site. Do any of the other committee members have any questions?
I was just curious, I guess. I know you had your existing structure is a log cabin
Yeah, the second floor.
foundation,
It's all
yeah.
brick on the first, you have the ground level walkout part, and then the upstairs is real log.
So the addition that you are gonna put on, or what kind of siding are you gonna have? I know that you referred that was gonna be quite expensive to do a log.
It
So,
was unbelievably expensive. When you come in the driveway there, all the walls you'll see that from the front will be a log siding only. So it's a stick build with log siding,
okay,
then all the other sides will be vinyl siding.
okay, Thank you.
Figured that'll, almost on an angle, that'll cut the price in half, because I'm the one that has to climb up and restain everything every 2 years. And I'll be 60. Woo! That'll be. I don't know who's gonna do it 10 years from now, but I'm still in shape so far.
All right.
And the other thing, my mother can't wait to get her things out of storage and a pod and living with relatives out of a duffel bag for 10 months now. So everything we do and every step, we keep waiting and waiting. And then, you know, check with the Amish, then one builder, then a different, then assisted living, I think was their name. They do additions and that didn't work. So we're open and waiting and everyone's kind of ready to go.
All right.
That's about it.
All right, we'll do some more business, and if you need an opportunity to rebut, we'll give you that opportunity. All right, any correspondence?
So similar to the previous public hearing, we have no correspondence and we have nobody registered to speak in favor, objecting, or informational.
All right, then, staff comments.
Okay, subject property and that we went out and looked at is a 6.4 acre lot that was created in 1997. When we look back at permits in 2004, the county approved a 24 by 36 2-bedroom, single-family dwelling, along with the sanitary system for that. And then in 2011, that actual dwelling was raised and a replacement home was approved, which was placed directly on top of the original foundation, which is out there to date. Applicant now seeks to construct a 1.5-story, 1-bedroom mother-in-law suite onto the main home, connected via a breezeway. Based upon the comments and that made by the applicant, they can do one utility. It's just that obviously you'll have to meet res check and insulation standards, you know, per UDC, and that'll be worked out at the time of building permit. Planning and Zoning Committee visited the property as part of their on-sites on Wednesday and were generally supportive of the conditional use request. The committee's only concern really focused on the sanitary system and whether or not that existing system was sized appropriately. As I had indicated out in the field, we have verified the existing system can accommodate 1 additional bedroom, but most likely an undersized affidavit will be required, which is pretty standard. Staff will review the sanitary system in greater detail at the time of permitting. Staff too has reviewed this request and believes that the dwelling is appropriately designed, meets the intent of the zoning code, and should in no way negatively impact surrounding properties. While the committee will be making a recommendation on this request later in the evening, staff is recommending approval of the conditional use to construct the mother-in-law suite, subject to conditions listed in the report.
Thank you. Do you feel you need to rebut anything that was said? All right. All right, at that point, then we will end the public hearing portion of the meeting. We'll move into our business meeting. Becky, you have roll call, show all present. Gentlemen, you've been provided a copy of the agenda for this evening. I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Pat, second by Robert. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And you've been provided the minutes from yesterday's meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Bart,
Second.
second by John. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Same sign. Unanimous. No unfinished business, therefore we'll move on to new business. Action on the public hearing applications. The first one was for Mr. Spencer Parluski, the conditional use. Gentlemen, you have a motion. Motion to approve. Motion by Robert. Do we have a second? Second. Second by John. Is there any further discussion, gentlemen? Hearing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote. Robert? Yes. Patrick?
Do you want to go through and?
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Do the possible approval
Yes.
reasons and.
How about the
conditions.
reasons? Yes, we definitely want the reasons. Want me to read them? Yes, Robert, please, if you would.
After reviewing the application and considering the testimony, which there wasn't any other than the applicant. The application, if approved with conditions, will not harm the public or neighboring land uses. There was no opposition, visibility is good at the driveway location, and there are no public safety issues. The proposal matches the lot and available area. Approval conditions, the development must be in substantial compliance with the site plan and testimony provided at the public hearing. All other required setbacks and all other codes must be complied with. All permits must be obtained, including land use, building, and sanitary if needed. Staff will evaluate the existing sanitary system at the time of land use. Adequate parking must be provided. The applicant will allow agents of Waushara County access to the property to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations.
All right, and then we've got just a couple that are duplicated. You've got the second one. So another of the conditions would be by August 1st, 2025, the applicant shall submit for a separate land use permit to install a roof and reclad the existing storage container that was noted on the property at the time of the onsite. And then the foundation, water, sewer, and electrical connections must conform with uniform dwelling code requirements.
I was on the wrong page. I read the other ones.
Yes.
Oh, well.
All right. Therefore, gentlemen, hearing the reasons, having a motion and a second, and hearing the reasons and conditions, now I will ask for a roll call. Robert,
Yes.
Patrick,
Yes.
John,
Yes.
Bart,
Yes.
and myself, yes. Congratulations. Have fun moving your place.
It's an asterisk next to fun.
Next, we have the conditional use application for Frank Frankowski. Gentlemen, do you have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by John. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Patrick. And now we will, Patrick, would you please read the reasons?
Patrick's not gonna read them, John.
John will read them.
After reviewing the application and considering all related testimony, the application, if approved, with conditions will not harm the public or the neighboring land use. The testimony in opposition well, there was no testimony in opposition. Visibility is good at the driveway. Location, there are no public safety issues. The other proposed match lots are available in the area. Proposed, I don't know what that means exactly, but continue on there.
Yes, please read the conditions as
The development must be in substantial compliance with a site plan and testimony provided at the public hearing. All other required setbacks and other codes must be complied with. All permits must be obtained, including land use, building, and sanitary if needed. Staff will evaluate the existing sanitary system at the time of land use. Adequate parking must be provided. The applicant will allow agents of Waushara County access to the property to ensure compliance with all applicable regulations.
Thank you, gentlemen. After we have a motion and second, you've heard the reasons and conditions. I will now ask for a roll call vote. Robert? Yes. Patrick?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bart?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Congratulations. One hurdle that has been overcome.
So you're free now to submit for a permit, for all your permits and that, tomorrow.
I'm supposed to text them today, so you can do it at like 8:01 tomorrow.
There you go.
Once the backhoe and the bobcat there Monday. So
All right, then review possible action on request for land use permits.
We have none.
Any changes on approved public hearing applications?
No, well, I'm gonna discuss, I guess, this in the next one. So I'm gonna say no on that.
Okay, and review of next month's public hearing applications for time and route.
Oh, and I apologize. I should have, no, we have nothing there. Sorry. On the next item.
Zoning,
So I don't have anything more in terms of permit update than that. I just wanted to give everyone an update on Project Harmony. So we have been in contact. It appears that an appeal is going to be made by the Friends of Long Lake and the Long Lake Lake Association. Not exactly sure about the appeals process because this went to the circuit court. Apparently, though, there's not an attorney, but it's some kind of de facto appeal where they can appeal back to the Board of Adjustments, present new information. In essence, they're going to rehear hopefully the case. But this time it'll go before the Board of Adjustments. I've been working with Ruth and I will next week probably interview attorneys that'll represent the county or, defend the county. Ruth apparently, because of the fact she was involved in the planning and zoning case, cannot be, defend the county through the Board of Adjustments. So just wanted to give everyone an update. It looks like that appeal is going to go forward. I will keep you guys apprised and I'm sure you'll probably be involved or, questions will come up as part of this, but let you guys know what happens.
Any questions for Ted? All right, hearing none then, gentlemen. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Make these, Dave, you wanna make these, short all the time?
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Trying to make it a little short.